like, and subscribe. I am not a messenger. I am not your teacher. I am a spiritual philosopher, and I am a seer. My purpose is to make sure that you understand your choice, and your choice is clear. For when Judgment Day comes, there will be no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I am to make sure your choice is clear and that you understand the choices that you make, so that when Judgment Day comes, the only person you can point your finger at is you. Growing up, I could not understand what it meant when it was said that God, Yahweh, is a jealous God. I didn't understand because to me, that meant giving God human qualities. And jealousy is not, to me, was an imperfect quality. But if you think about jealousy on the spiritual level, it is a lie. And it means have no other gods before me. That is what is meant by jealousy on a spiritual level. Let's be sure, let's be clear that we're on the right page. Yashua, as is stated in the Bible, had hair like lamb's wool, feet the color of burnt bronze, and his eyes shone fiery red. The eye that is being talked about is within your mind. The ability to see with your mind. Your mind is your third eye. How do you see with your mind? The same way a blind person sees with their minds. If you can't understand this, then take some time to think about it later on. Would you like for someone to call you by another name? Would you like for someone to create a picture and say that this is you? This is what is meant by God being a jealous God. Misinterpreting who God is. And to put it biblically, to put another God before me. Yashua, or you may call him Jesus or Jesus, is the Son of Man, as the Bible states. But he is a follower of Yashua, or God. God by any other name is still God. Yashua is a follower of God. And if God does not want to be called by any other name, then neither does Yashua want to be called by any other name or pictured to be someone else. Now, we know the people who murdered and tortured Yashua, or if you want to, no, Jesus is wrong. We know who the people are who tortured and murdered Yashua. These people are the Romans. Caucasians, who are Neanderthals, are the Romans who tortured and murdered Yashua. I hope we are clear. They also started Christianity. They started Christianity, and the home of Christianity is the Vatican, and the Vatican is in where? It's in Rome, the same place Yashua was murdered, tortured, put on the cross to delete, dissolve. We know this to be true. Truth is the perfection that God seeks in his people. Truth is the perfection that God seeks in his people, because you will be based on what? Truth. Truth should be your guide. If truth is not your guide, then what is your guide? It can only be a lie. So understand this. You can't sit on the fence. You have to be on the side of truth, or you are on the side of a lie. There is no either or. Judgment Day, don't pretend to fall on the side of truth when you've been living on the fence, which is a lie. Truth is not hidden. It is right there in the Bible. The 10 Commandments should be followed. The 10 Commandments should be followed. Also in the diet, there is the Hebrew Israelite diet that tells you what you are supposed to do. Revelations 2:9 and 3:9 tells you that the people in Israel belong to the synagogue of Satan. Anyone who supports the synagogue of Satan are satanic and demonic. The United States put Ashkenazi and Sephardic Jews in the land of the Palestinian people in 1948. They have taken over that land under false pretenses, saying that they are Hebrew Israelites. We know Hebrew Israelites are black. Hebrew Israelites are black. We know that Caucasians did not live in that area of the world. There are many posts on YouTube where you will find the Pope praying to a myelinated Yashua and his mother. Russia has opened up their sacred libraries, and they have been showing this depiction, the true depiction of Yashua and his mother. You have no excuse. You can post your pictures of your white Messiah all you want. But remember this: God, Yahweh, is a jealous God. And he states, put no other God before me. You put that picture up of your white Jesus, and this is a caricature of the person and the people who murdered Yashua, usurped his teachings to enslave and colonize his people. You can't have it both ways. You cannot flip-flop on the fence. Truth is the perfection that Yahweh seeks. Truth is the perfection that Yahweh seeks. You see, when truth is in your mind, it becomes your character, and you strive to be the best you can be. You cannot be the best you can be living a lie. But we all know that the only perfect being is Yahweh, God, Jehovah. God by any other name is still God, the Creator. However, Yashua is not God. He is called the Son of Man in the Bible. He strove to be perfect, which is to live in truth. Living in truth is perfection. Living in truth is perfection. Every person will be perfect in their own way if they live in truth. I'm not going to beat the point, because God has given you consciousness. That consciousness is the Spirit of God within you, and you have free will to follow that, the Spirit of God within you. You see, I am to lead you to the spiritual waters. I am not to make you drink or insist that you drink from the spiritual waters of truth. My job is to only make sure that you know where the truth is. You have free will. You know where the truth is. Whether you decide to drink of the spiritual fountain of truth is up to every human being. It is a choice, and you will be judged on your choice, which is whether or not to live in truth or to live in a lie. You can't sit on the fence. The fence represents a lie. I never understood what it meant when it said Jesus died for our sins. Jesus did, because I felt like no one can die for my sins. But Jesus was the light, and he showed us the way. He died to show us the way and to teach us to put no other God before the real God. You may post your pictures of this Caucasian who is actually a demon, because he is the head of the Christian church and he is demonic. When you see a child being molested in that church, that is demonic. And when they hide it from the police, that is a lie. Nuns have to take a vow of secrecy if they are raped in that church. And when those priests, those male priests have raped women or whatever, all they do, and they have been pedophiles, all they do is move them to another church where they can do the same thing over and over and over again. Christianity is not the house of God. Its history proves that. Revelations 2:9 and 3:9, Jesus told you that the Israelis, fake Jews, worship in the synagogue of Satan. The United States is supporting them in the extinction of the Palestinian people. But the truth of the matter is, the United States did the same exact thing to Native Americans. The same exact thing. So it should come as no surprise that the synagogue of Satan is doing the same thing, and the United States is supporting the synagogue of Satan. The United States also supports homosexuality, and it tries to push it on people. Deuteronomy 22, verse 5 says that homosexuality is an abomination. Are we clear? Are we clear? You may look it up. Later on, you won't be able to say, I didn't know, because you can look it up. And if you don't look it up, it is because you don't want to know. Am I judging homosexuals? No. But to be a homosexual, you have to do an act. And that act is not order. That act is not order. That act creates chaos. It is not to be fruitful and multiply. I'm going to leave you with this. Homosexuality is a conditioned behavior. It is a conditioned behavior. You do have a choice. Like and subscribe, if you please. If you disagree, don't. I am not here to tell you what to do. I am not here to try to change your mind. All I want to do is make sure you understand your choice and your choice is clear, because it will be clear to Yahweh, God, Jehovah, the Creator. Like and subscribe. Have a nice day.